Yesterday, life felt ordinary. I believed tomorrow would be exactly the same. My name is Thomas. I was 22 years old, and I thought my biggest worry was earning enough to feed my family. The town was alive. Every face I passed belonged to someone who believed they still had a future. The first rumors arrived by sea, long before death walked through our streets.
They said whole towns had disappeared, but no one believed something so terrible could reach us.
Fear arrived long before the plague did. When people could no longer trust medicine, they placed their hope in heaven. The stories were getting closer, and so was whatever was killing them. That night, I realized the silence was no longer peaceful. It was waiting.
The plague had finally reached our town, and it chose someone we all knew.
Yesterday, he was laughing in the marketplace. Today, everyone feared even standing near his door.
Yesterday, he was laughing in the marketplace. Today.
Yesterday, he was laughing in the marketplace. Today, everyone feared even standing near his door. Business stops. Conversations stop. Soon, even hope begins to fade. Business stops. Conversations stop. Soon, even hope begins to fade. Business stops. Conversations stop. Soon, even hope begins to fade. For the first time in my life. For the first time in my life. He tried everything he knew, but the sickness ignored every remedy. People believed the air itself had become deadly, so they tried to chase death away with smoke. People believed the air itself had become deadly, so they tried to chase death away with smoke. When answers disappeared, faith became the last refuge. It wasn't the cough that frightened me, but the silence that followed. The town is still there, but the life within it is silently fading away. By the end of the week, the bells no longer announced prayer. They counted the dead. By the end of the week, the bells no longer announced prayer. They counted the dead. The streets were still there, but the people had vanished. A market without people felt stranger than a battlefield. Funerals became so common, we stopped asking whose turn it was. Funerals became so common, we stopped asking whose turn it was. Food became precious, because no one knew when we would find more. Even fetching water felt like walking into the unknown. One house became 2, then 5, then an entire street. When the forge stopped burning, I knew our town had stopped living. When the forge stopped burning, I knew our town had stopped living. From above, the town looked untouched. Only silence revealed the truth.
Đêm đã trở thành thứ chúng ta sợ hãi. Bởi vì mỗi bình minh lại đồng nghĩa với việc ngày càng ít người hàng xóm còn sống.
That night, I only prayed for a miracle. Let my family wake up together one more time.
The fever had found our home, and suddenly every heartbeat sounded like a countdown.
I ran faster than I ever had before, hoping I wasn't already too late.
He gave me medicine, but his eyes told me he had already run out of hope. When knowledge fails, love is all we have left to give. For a brief moment, hope has returned to our home. People had stopped gathering together. Survival meant staying apart. The plague didn't destroy our town. It emptied it. Every prayer sounds the same, asking for another chance to live. The plague had not disappeared overnight, but for the first time in months, the world felt alive again. The market had reopened, but the voices that once filled it were gone. The first spark reminded me, life could begin again. We didn't ask each other what we had lost, because we already knew. Some names will never appear in history books, but they will never leave my heart.
The laughter of children has become the greatest miracle I have ever heard.
The town was smaller, but its spirit had survived. Nature never stopped moving, even when humanity did. We no longer pray for wealth, but only for another ordinary day. The plague almost ended my story. Instead, it taught me to help write someone else's. I survived the Black Death, but I never forgot those who couldn't. Their silence became part of my life forever. The town was alive again, but it no longer belonged to the people I once knew. There were fewer hands left in England, so every surviving hand became more valuable than ever.
The earth had waited patiently for us. Now, it was our turn to begin again.
See that you don't disappoint me. We will pay the extra wage.
For the first time, ordinary people like me can choose where we want to work.
The plague had changed more than our town. It had changed the balance between ordinary people and the powerful.
Each new house is not just a construction, but proof that humanity refuses to surrender. We still searched for answers, but now we also carried gratitude. The dead had become our teachers, reminding us how precious every ordinary day truly is. Time had taken my youth, but it had also given me the chance to pass life forward. The Black Death changed Europe forever, but it never destroyed the human spirit.